And I'm live. Alrighty, welcome. I'm Shannon, Chair Bear, Savage Lee, Fat Man. Anybody else I may have missed? Let me get this kind of up where it needs to be. There we go. Thanks for joining in. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my video from last night, you should have seen it when you first popped in, hopefully. So I recorded last night after midnight on my way home from work. So I have no idea what it is. I went into town. That video should be uploaded here pretty quick. And tried to see if I could find a physical reason for it. So my first guess was maybe they had some lights on the silos at the grain elevator. That would kind of make sense, but they don't. And they haven't. So all for that theory. So I stopped at the Casey's store and I asked them, anybody had a big, projector that would project out 500 individual red lights? And they're like, nope, don't know anybody like that. And we didn't have really any cloud cover for it to reflect off of. So that's a mystery. Let's see, pinball on the other channel X. Big bad, yeah. Well, you can write them in. In Colorado, you can still write in. They don't have to be on the ballot. But yeah, that's yeah, we're not going to try to talk about that. Hey, that's Ken. So, while Ken's here, here is a knife he sent me. And the presentation on this is just unreal. I mean, I hate to even carry it because the box is so nice. And these are not really terribly expensive knives. They're not cheap, but I couldn't believe there we go. And they also sent me a pocket sheath. And then the knife itself. So that is and it's a very sweet looking blade. Look how those blades link right up. There's no gaps. Locks up there. Locks there. So, Ken, thank you very much. This is going to be a display knife. It's just too nice. And he sent me some more conditioner for leather, which I use on a lot of my stuff. And then also, Ray Fatman Prepper sent me these two coins. They're made out of pure copper. And they have Lakota on them. My wife is Lakota, with the buffalo on them. So he sent me these. And I really appreciate it. The wife says, thank you very much. She was very surprised. So today I'm cooking bacon and burgers. So I have no idea what it is. That's why it's called an unidentified flying object. Doesn't mean it's from space. It just means that I was not able to identify it from where I was at. And so far I haven't found a reason for it. Now, we get into a discussion about aliens coming from other planets and that. My opinion is it's not possible, it is probable. that may have already happened or will happen or is happening. Now, what are the things they have to overcome? Well, everything in space is really far from each other. And it takes a long time to get anywhere. The idea, our nearest star besides our sun is Alpha Centauri, and there's a few of them. But if you were to travel at the speed of light, it would take us 4 years to get to it. And as of right now, the speed of light is the fastest thing that we know about. So yes, they have all these theories, warp holes and all this other stuff, but they're theories. Folks, that's what they are. They're theories. So for lunch, where I'm taking to work, it's going to be burgers. We got to cook them up. But I was not able to identify what they were. So yeah, I don't, like I said, it was midnight. The town's a very small town. Really didn't have any traffic coming either way as I was going back and forth. And plus, this was my recording device at night. So I was actually kind of pleased with the quality. The quality is far better than I thought it was going to be. But what is it? I don't know. Right now, we just bounced some theories off. It seems odd that it would be so abundantly visible. Now, could it have been hundreds of drones, with red lights on them? Because I know they do that. But we're out here in the middle of nowhere. I don't know anybody that has the funds or even would bother with it at this time of year. And if they did, I think somebody would have been talking about it. Hey, we're having, Billy the Magician testing out his drones. So, drones is a possibility. I just don't know anybody that would have that many drones to do that. Except for a few old probes. And what did those probes have on them? Directions how to get here. Even as a kid, when they first launched Voyager, I was thinking maybe that wasn't a good idea. Yes, the government would have that. But then again, why would they have it so obvious in sight? For somebody to see it. Now, as I approached town, as I tried to close in on it, which I was not closing in on it. So to me, it was not stationary. It was moving. I was moving at 60 miles an hour, had the cruise control set at it, and I never was getting closer, and then I could tell it was moving away, and then it broke up. So, but, the government, yeah, definitely a likely suspect. But to what purpose? I don't know. Maybe it's an elaborate, Santa display. Inquiring minds want to know. Like I said, if it was truly aliens, they seem to be kind of right out in the open. And I don't know. If I was trying to be stealthy, that's not how I would do it. That's just me talking. I wouldn't be lit up like a damn Christmas tree. So that's true too. What can we do about it? Well, I could look mean at it, seeing how far away it was and how fast it was moving. there's nothing I can do about it except put it out there. Hey, Ark Wildman, how we doing? So welcome to the chat. If you haven't seen the video, it's under UFO over Cornell. And I just uploaded my first investigation where I ruled out the possibility of lights on the silos. So if you watch the video, now granted, I had a clearer vision of it with my naked eye. So at first when I seen it, about 3 miles, from 3 miles from town, I don't know how far it was. I was thinking, wow, sometimes the moon will look big and hang low in the sky, but not in that horizon. It's always the other horizon. So I'm thinking, man, is it Christmas lights in the trees now? I mean, it looked like possibly, I would say 100 to 500 separate lights. All right, I'm guessing. But 100 to 500, let's put it in that group there. It was bright and easy to see. And then as I got closer, I was possibly thinking that too, but there wouldn't have been that many that close together. I mean, have you looked at the video? Because in the video, they're all clumped in kind of like a half moon area. Now, like I said, perception is hard to tell how big it was because I don't know how far away it was. All right. Now, I don't know. Yeah. And I mean, I watched it on my computer because it was a bigger screen than it was on my cell phone, but I will probably relink it up to my 32-inch TV and look at it there. And I know Deb from wood burning was going to hook it up to her 65-inch. Of course, then your resolution is going to be lost. And I was really surprised I had resolution at all. Understand? Yeah. This was my professional equipment. Granted, it's the latest. Well, it was the latest as of a month ago. It may not be the latest and greatest now. Who knows? So it just seems, just kind of weird. I was more intrigued than anything else in what it could be. It's not like I came home and loaded up the rifles and got ready for aliens attack. But it was just, there were so many of the lights. And then I could see them kind of forming into two separate balls of many lights. And then it's like either they went out or they went away. Can't tell. I was, my anticipation was once I got close to town, I was going to have a much clearer view of it. But once I got close to town, I realized it wasn't in town, and it may have never been in town. It might have been just my angle. So lots of lots of confusion there. I can't tell you how big it was. It could have been 100 meters across. It could have been 1,000 meters across. Because I don't know the distance. If it was truly over the town, then it had to have been a little bigger than a football field. If it was further out, then it gets considerably larger. So those are those. Yeah, I don't know exactly. That's why I'm not making any assumptions, but is it a UFO? Yes. It was flying. I couldn't identify it. That's what a UFO is. Was it aliens? Nah, I think the government is more likely the suspect. I just don't see anybody in town having the money to have that many drones. Because could you do that with drones? You could. I think that would be a probability or a possibility. but I don't know anybody that has a couple hundred drones to do that. So I got my Duke's Real Mayonnaise. I also carry Miracle Whip, but today I'll use Duke's Real Mayonnaise on there. I've already had my shake earlier, which consisted of a banana, 3 eggs, and Fairlife milk. That's what gets me going. The satellite from China. Yeah, so yeah, the white dots is not it. It's the red mass in the middle. That's what it is. The white dots are just lights, possibly on the towers or stuff itself. What I'm talking about is that red mass that I tried to keep center in there. That red mass is what I'm talking about. So no dot. The white dots was not it. It was the large, right in plain sight, red mass that seemed to be consisting of many lights, and then kind of divided into two, and then kind of slowly disappeared. Yeah, I just don't think it was a plane because it didn't act plane-like. I'm thinking, if it was me trying to recreate it, it would have been done with 500 drones with red lights. I was on the highway. I was on Route 23. And, it seemed to be in front of me. I just couldn't tell you how far. At first, I thought it was town because I figured, well, maybe it was town was doing it. Maybe town had all these lights and high trees, but I was thinking, man, it's too high for trees. Rudolph. Rudolph has been prolific. There was a lot of Rudolphs there. That boy's been busy. And it could be Rudolph and all his sons and daughters and granddaughters and grandsons. Great, and yada, yada, yada. You never know. And that's the type of comments I want, You can have serious comments in there. You can have fun comments in there. Because, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So like I said, and you'll hear that on my second video, my investigating video. Back when Saturday Night Live was actually funny, unlike now, Dan Aykroyd and Steve Martin did that one skit. What the heck is that? And that's kind of how I'm feeling about that one. I mean, that skit. What the heck is that? Oh, I know what it is. No, what is it? So it's a mystery. It has not been solved yet. Tomorrow I will go into town again and see if anybody has commented on it. Anybody owned up to it, knows what it is. It was just, I'm glad I grabbed my phone because it got more interesting as I got closer. Right, a drone show is what I was thinking. But I don't know anybody who has that many drones. I mean, we're in poor country. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Flares and shafts, yeah, but they weren't falling to the sky. They were there. They were hanging there. And then they it was there, and then they came this way, and then it's like they went like that. There is. I think it was in February. I missed that one. I'm going to have to go look at it. Because I Googled it to see if anybody had put anything on it. So, and all it's saying is, we don't know what it is. Not saying it's Mars attacks, but don't rule it out. I think we were kind of playing with that on Prepper Nation. Now, what would be the next distraction? And they were saying aliens. I said, Mars attacks. Anybody remembers that? So, we're going to have 3 burgers, 1 to eat now, and 2 to go. So let's get the secret seasonings over them. It suspiciously looks like salt and pepper. Put my little grease deflector on there, so Mama won't be angry. Put more toast in. Try to remember it this time because maybe it's just my toaster, but after you make the first set of toast, then it burns everything. So I almost have to time it. I almost have to put it on a timer and grab it, otherwise I'll burn it. You would think so. Or maybe they were practicing, but then again, I don't know anybody in town that would have the funds to do that. I would agree, but then again, if you look at where we find life here, we find life in Antarctica under the ice. We find life down in the bottom of the ocean in sulfuric acid hot springs. We find life where we would expect not to. But, a civilization type life, probably not. I just don't see it starting up. I appreciate it, Michael. So yeah, I seen a UFO last night. I don't know what it is. It's still a mystery. Inquiring minds want to know. So let's get ready to do some eating. So I've got my investigation one lit up there. And basically wanted to see if anybody could shed any light on it. And actually, all right, Linda, how we doing? I actually showed him the video. Yeah, no kidding. Take me to your leader. No, you really don't want to go there. Right. How you doing, Linda? Welcome to the chat. So I videoed something in the sky last night, and I don't know what it is. And we were at Deb Wernbring last night, and she showed it on her thing. And still don't know what it is. It's not the silos, so we have ruled that out. Not Christmas lights in the trees, because there wasn't any. So we ruled that out. Didn't move like a plane, so we can say that's been ruled out too. Drones is a possibility. Drones seems like the most likely characteristic. I just don't know anybody that would have that many drones. I'm cooking me burgers and bacon grease. And throw some seasoning on there. Got some cheese, nacho cheese. And here's a good time to have A1 steak sauce. This is what A1 steak sauce is good for. And of course, my sponsor who isn't, Fairlife Milk. So yesterday it seemed like life was determined not to let me get in the gym. So I did go for a walk. I'm glad I did. I had my last rant, and I have no more rants. I've said what I said. If anybody wants to hear a new rant, just go back to the old video. I have done my part. Took a shower, getting ready to go. Also had a nosebleed. I had to sit there and lay on the couch waiting for my nose to stop bleeding. Meanwhile, the clock's ticking. Yeah, south of the border. Hello, Loretta. Good afternoon. So I went to the store. I got some things for work. Went to the gym. Did a good quality arm workout. So I was happy to do that. Today, I'm going to try to get in there and do a shoulder workout. Hey, Share Bear. Arc Wild Man, Commando. We are reduction off of glass. No, too large. Too large and too bright. Because I was too far away. And there's no glass up that high. There's no buildings that high. If I was in Chicago, I could say that. But a 2-story is the tallest building we have in town. But it's an idea. Nothing wrong with throwing those out there. But so far, I've kind of mostly disproved everything it could be. Except the only thing that still holds the possibility is drones. And maybe somebody, when they start asking around, maybe say, oh yeah, there's people doing a test on their drones for a Christmas show in town or something. Who knows? Like I said, from my perspective, it was anywhere from a football field size to a mile, depending on how far away it was. And it wasn't just one light, it was consisted of many lights, kind of a weird red color. But so far, no clues. Yeah, no, it wasn't off glass off my car. I understand that would be a thing, but no. That was actually seen from that, but wonder who's calling. Keep calling, I keep not answering. So, there's nothing off my car that would reflect that. And that would have changed with the position of my camera and with me zooming in. And it didn't. But, once again, it's a thought. And that's what I was looking for, thoughts. Now, if I see it again on the way home, then I'll roll down the window, I'll peek out, but no. But it was right out there. As I moved, it was a reflection off the glass. It would have moved my perspection. It did not. So here's what I feel on UFOs. It's just they're unidentified flying objects. So they could be, swamp gas. They could be low-hanging satellites. I got the Folgers for $6.49 yesterday. It was on sale. It could be experimental aircraft. It could be lots of drones. It could be weather balloons. It could be a lot of things. They just weren't identified. But it also could be, somebody out there. But why there would be that many in a group doesn't make any sense. So I'm pretty much ruling off aliens. Because if there were 500 different alien crafts, I think they'd be attacking. I think, we would know. There'd be boots on the ground or whatever, tentacles on the ground. So I'm holding out that it might be drones. And I know I have large drones fly overhead. You have live drones fly overhead all the time if you're not aware of that. One of the teachers at the school got a letter from her insurance company telling her she had to replace her roof. Now they know they had a drone fly over and test her roof. So, I know I see around this late at night, I see a drone about 4 nights a week. It's a large one. They use them for mapping, and they use them probably for mapping. Yeah. How you doing, Christopher? So it's still a mystery. I don't think it's aliens attacks. Because if it was, they'd have been attacking that many. My thought is the only thing I can think of that can do that is a bunch of drones. I just don't know anybody who's that bored to have that many drones. Doesn't mean he ain't out there. Yes, I did. Ray. I showed them off. So, and the wife loves them. And says thank you. You were probably doing the work stuff. But yes, these are the coins that Ray sent me. Pure copper. And Lakota on one side and a buffalo on the other. My wife is Lakota Indian from Standing Rock Reservation. Ray, she says, thank you very much. Yeah, only at midnight. Yeah, you said your 1,000 pounds of weights arrived. You be sitting good. Home gym. Here we go. All right, one more flip and it'll be time to put the cheese on. So I've got my mild cheddar cheese this time. One of these. Come on. Let's get it separated. Get my bacon up here so I can kind of get everything situated to make the sandwiches. Got my Duke's real mayonnaise. Now, I still like garlic too, but this, I do like this. This is nice. Won't say I like it as much, because it does have a different taste. There we go. Oh, let's get it started. All right. Woo-wee. The burgers are set. And we'll let it cool down a little bit. These I will put in Tupperware of some sort. And I've been getting hungry. All right, let me catch up with chat. Chat. There we go. Just trying to. Now that's a possibility. It's a theory, except that we do have a clear and concise language, and we're making a lot of noise in space. We're throwing a lot of TV channels out into space, a lot of radio. We're making a lot of noise. There's a lot of reasons for something to be attracted to this direction. You know, we are not stealthy in space. We are very, very loud. And plus, we send a satellite with directions how to get to us. I'm just thinking that was probably not a good idea. But then again, remember, beliefs and information changes all the time. They say trust the science. No, science is always changing. Why is it changing? Because somebody didn't trust it and they looked at something else. Now, we used to believe that everything revolved around us. That's not true. You used to think the earth is flat. Hate to break it to you, flat earthers. That's not true. You used to think the government was there to take care of us. That's not true. So, I don't know what it is. It was definitely a phenomenon that is unique, and I'm not quite sure what it was. I haven't discovered the cause of it. And even drones, the way it disappeared, did they just shut the lights off? And it took a while for the communication gets in there. I don't know. Yeah, I know. That's why I try to stay away from a bunch of that. Cheryl Rich, how we doing? It was, but it seemed like it was consisted of a lot of different parts. Unless it was a huge thing that just had a lot of lights on it. Okay, but then again, why would they? Then again, maybe they don't know they're lighting up the sky. We see in a different light spectrum. Maybe they see in radio waves. Maybe they don't understand they're lighting the area up. I don't know. Yep. Try to stay with pure foods as much as possible. I like to make my own bread, but what I do, I gain a lot of weight. Yeah, and I gain it quick. But boy, is it good. I'm going to eat beef. I try to get meat from the butcher as often as possible. But this will give me the energy to go to the gym. Today I'll probably do military, so I don't need a spotter. My spotter's been kind of AWOL. Moringa. I take this for breathing, along with a few other things that helps me deal with allergies. Quercetin with bromine is another one. And not all supplements work the same way on all people, but these make a difference for me. The wife was, well, why didn't you go to town? Trying to figure out what it was. I said, well, it disappeared, honey. And then I was like, really, how close do I want to get to this? All right, that's just it. It lit up for a while, but there was very little traffic out our area at that time. And then a lot of people don't pay attention when they're driving. I do. So the recording was probably about 12:15 a.m. this morning. So I Googled, I haven't seen anything yet. But I might be on this in the wrong sites, and I'll keep looking for that. But I left work I left the desk at midnight, probably got to the car probably got out of the parking lot about 10 after, so probably around 12:20 a.m. Yeah, the sky is huge. And like I said, was it hanging over Cornell? I can't tell because of that size perception. It appeared to be, and it would, if it was man-made, that was going to be my first thought. Well, it has to be in town. But I got really close to town before it disappeared, and it seemed like it was beyond town. And if it was beyond the town, then it means it was larger. It's a possibility, but the nearest town that would be that big in that general vicinity is like Galesburg, and that's like 150 miles away. Or a test for a drone show. That's a possibility too. So I am going to Google any drone sightings in the area. That'll be the next thing I Google and see what I find there. But to me, that seems like the most likely suspect. It almost seems like one of those B sci-fi movies, You can see a bunch of little aliens in bright red illumination parachutes were dropping in. I am kidding on that. Yeah. Send your donation too. You also got a lake between Michigan and Chicago. There's no lake here. Not saying that ain't it. I'm just saying it's unlikely. And it broke up into. It had the appearance that it was moving. Too young to be probed. Last chance nice. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for a thumbs up, everybody. I don't want to go on the cart. That burger's so good. But I don't eat huge meals. I just eat lots of meals. Well, if it was far enough away, I wouldn't heard noise. But then again, it wasn't doing this. You know, fireworks still have to follow the laws of gravity, which makes it a little caveat. You know, when I'm popping on Instagram every now and then, there's somebody saying, well, we didn't need gravity. Yeah, I think Newton shouldn't have discovered it or shouldn't have invented it. The guy going, right. Okay, gravity was always there. It was discovered. It wasn't invented. Our education system's suffering. Yeah. But I was in the car, so I wouldn't heard any noise. But from where you're at, it would have been great, you know, not that you should be out that late at night, but it would have been great if you would have had a view from your angle, because then we could have triangulated it. And then would have had a kind of an idea how far it was. As I said, I didn't have any way of triangulating it. If it was stayed up in the sky, I could have possibly done it. But yeah, if you were up and you could have viewed it, then that would have helped. At least we could have got an idea where it was located. I can hear when they have a band at the bar in Cornell, I can hear it at night. Right, but you're on a different angle. I was on 23, so you would have been looking at a different angle. That could have got me within probably 5 miles where it would have been. That's what I did when I was in the Army. I learned how to locate things. Three different angles will get you right on the money. 2 will get you in the neighborhood, though. But you're right, the trees might have blocked it also. It was in line with the highway. That's probably why I seen it. All righty. Dog's barking again. I hear you. Yeah, but it is. I am on Starlink, but once again, they wouldn't need 500 satellites right there. Starlink is not, they're not that close together. You know, unless there was a launch. So I can check and see if there was a Starlink launch yesterday. Or maybe that was them coming down in dispersion. That's a possibility. But then again, we're talking hundreds of lights. So, still a mystery. The jury's still out. But keep an ear out, see if you hear anything around town. Besides, you know, that crazy guy in the A-frame thought he seen aliens. Could be. Hope he's having fun with it. So anyway, thanks for joining in. It was something light, you know, and I don't think we're being attacked by Mars. but it was something different and a curiosity. And I'll see if anything pops up on the internet about it at all. If not, just watch the video, share it on your channels if you would, so it gets out there. Maybe somebody who knows something about it will comment on it. If you share it on your community pages and your Facebook, that may help. So until then, remember, well, Robin, how we doing? You call live just as we're doing it. Yes. Generally with YouTube, unless I set my stuff to private, it's there to be shared. So yes, you have my permission to share that video. Now, don't alter it, but you definitely can share the video. And if everybody else would share that on their channels, I'd appreciate it. So remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, walks in the sun, have fun, do crafts, be alert at night for UFOs. Woo-hoo. And everybody have a wonderful day.